Hello and welcome to the Institute of Krav Maga UK's video podcast for February 2008. Coming up, we'll be taking a look at the IKMF student grading held in Brentwood in Essex and speaking to the IKMF Worldwide Chief Instructor Eyal Yanilov. That was quite a long day. What were your first thoughts about the standard and the number of people you saw today?
So, I think it was close to the record of Krav Maga seminar for us around the world. Overall, level of people was good. They exhibited the knowledge, they followed the techniques, they followed the principles of the system, they showed spirit, good spirit, they showed the fighting capabilities. Of course, it was P1, P2, P3, most of the people, and some small mistakes, not everybody passed. Still, level was definitely good. And I think the students and the instructors should be proud of it.
Do you think the quality of the students reflects now the quality of the instructors?
Well, it's always like this. If the instructor is investing his time, his merit, if the instructor is investing his soul, his merit, his energy into the students, into the lesson, and comes prepared for the lesson, students progress. From that time you can see students who are not focused so much, and you see the other group, the other part of the group doing exactly what they were told, and some others do not, and they are from the same instructor. So what's the difference? The difference is naturally the students who were not in the lessons, were not focused enough in the test, missed some material during the period of time. But naturally the instructor should be preparing the students for the specific of the test. Test is something that you have to be prepared for.
How happy are you with the progress of Krav Maga in the UK? Because it's been here now since about 1995, so it's about just over 10 years.
Yeah. So Krav Maga is in the UK for about a dozen years, and initially we were told that we will be spotted, that we will be making an influence in the market after 15 years. So I think we started to make some influence in the market before that. Lately the growth has been exponential. So large PR is being done, a large number of students are joining the groups, and the level is definitely good. So totally I'm happy with the progress, and the fruits that were planted here a dozen years ago start falling to the ground from the trees.
How does the overall standard in the UK compare to countries where Krav Maga has been established for longer?
So only in the past few years we started growing up fast here in the UK. The standard of the students, I would say, is the average of what we have in Europe.
Sorry.
The standard of Krav Maga in the UK is like average that we can see in Europe with the people. So we have people who are coming for different reasons, naturally. People more geared towards fitness, people geared towards self-defense, people have more time to spend, people have less time to spend. The quality of the people that we have, the quality of the instructors, the professions, the outside profession, except Krav Maga, of the participants, of the trainees, is high. So it's not like we don't accept hooligans. We don't have problematic people in the training. We have good people. It's a club that you like to organization, a group of people that you would like to be a part of.
How has Krav Maga as a whole changed in the last, well, since you started teaching, which was early 70s? And how do you see Krav Maga changing in maybe the next 10 years?
Okay, so when I started teaching Krav Maga, when I started training Krav Maga, it was very much of a technical system. You had a problem, you had a solution, you had a technique to do. We didn't have much variations, and we didn't work according to principles that we knew. Just Imi taught Krav Maga, he was Krav Maga, that's the founder. In the early to mid 80s, we started to change the system. I was very much involved with this because of my background and other things I was doing, and started putting much more of principle approach and logic into the system that will be taught in a logical way. Much more about emphasis about the training methods, and this continued with more or less advancement of speed of change till Imi passed away. Before Imi passed away, and also his input was definitely also some tactics, but the tactical approach was not extremely strong in the system at these times. In the past decades, we have been putting more emphasis on tactics. From the mid-80s, we also started to put a lot of emphasis on mental training, mental capabilities. So I think the next step is to work more on the tactics and the mental skills of the trainees. We are putting a bit more on emphasis on certain types of fitness, and we are introducing to the instructors and to the students different types of strength training and stamina and fitness training that is going side by side with the system. So the main thing is the system, but these are supporting elements for the system, supporting elements for the people. So we will continue with our basic line, which is go according to the techniques, understand the principles, work on variations, work on the ability to function under stress, and we will continue with this line. But we will progress with this. So we have the highway. We just have to shift to a higher gear and have more horsepower in the engine.
Okay, last one then. What is the general feeling of people who are like experts in other disciplines like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Taekwondo or striking combat sports or martial arts? What tends to be their reaction when either they try Krav Maga or they see it for the first time?
So definitely depends on the people, the way they react. So some people who are very much geared towards sports, they don't see Krav Maga as something that they can relate to very much as continuation for their own abilities. But the moment the person is in the line of self-defense and practicality and deal with problems in the street, he says that's what I've been looking for when I started to train. When I was 14 or 15 or 12, I started to train, and I thought, oh, I need to be able to defend myself. It should be something practical. They return to this feeling. They say, oh, that's what we were waiting for, or looking for. And you can see this with people with different backgrounds. You can see this definitely with people in the martial, I mean, in the real army, in the military, and people in the law enforcement, the protection services. They say that's what fits them the most because of the simplicity, because of the logic, because of the type of training, and the effectiveness of what we teach.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you very much. So there we go for another month. Be sure to join us again next month, where we'll be taking a look at the March City Extreme course held in Poland, Łódź. Until next time, stay safe.